See this magic button over here? This here is a piano roll. And today I'm going to show you, through the channel rack, how to edit the piano roll. First, because we're in channel rack, let's add FL keys, because this is a piano. Now, to go to the piano roll, once again you can go through here, or right-click piano roll. This is the screen that you then see, and here I will have some tips and tricks for you inside of FL Studio. Your piano roll may look different than mine, so let's edit this. Click here on piano roll options, then go to view, and here we have the grid contrast. You can set this to low, medium, high. By the way, if you choose left mouse button, the screen disappears. But if you choose the right mouse button, once again in here, it stays open. So, well, whatever you prefer. I like to keep my screen open when I test things, so right mouse button to do that for now. Then you can change all those things to how I have it. I like it in these settings, but some more common ones. Here the scale highlighting. Let's set this to C major or D major, anything you like. You see the scale changing because all the light notes here are in that scale, something that will be very useful later on. Let's go more in depth in this in another chapter. Here I enable the ghost channels because then I can see the piano roll of my other instruments below this. It's very handy. And the keyboard style, well, I set this to classic, but look, you can set to modern, flat as a list. I like the classic look. And the key labels, yours may be at none, so you don't see any keys there. Maybe the root notes in C. But I like all notes. I think that works better anyway for me. So this is what I like to keep, and then left mouse button, you go back to here, or you can just click next to this. Then here, these tools, we will go later on. But here, I set mine here. You can set it to main, line, cell. This changes the grid. For example, when I choose here for beat, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 beats in one bar. Now this is not a lot of options, so I like to set it to 1, 2 beats or 1/3 of a beat. So now we are in 1/3 beat, so you see 1, 2, 3 notes for every beat inside one bar. But let's snap this here to 1, 2 for now, and well, you can edit this still. Okay, now let's place some notes in here. This is the snap to scale tool. If you right mouse click here, you can also change the root note and the scale you're in. We chose the C major one. So let's go here to C4 and you can click on this. And then you will hear how the note sounds. Let's place here one note. I left click with my mouse, right mouse button deletes this. Left mouse button just paints in the notes. And what I also like to do here, back to piano options, go to edit, allow resizing from left. Because then on the left side I can make it longer or shorter, and also on the right side. Let's paste our first note for the entire length and another one next to it and see what happens. I press the spacebar in the pattern mode. You can also click here, the pattern mode, we hear this. And there's the play button, but you can also hit the spacebar, much easier if you ask me. So you can place notes. Right mouse click, and then you see here snap to scale is disabled. When I enable this, and you see when I place a note, I can only paint in the light notes because these are in key. Those are in scale of C major, which means they always sound good within that scale. Very handy. So I can paint here in the dark ones. It also snaps to the scale. When I click this left mouse button again, it disables, so I can paint freely again. Right mouse button deletes this. Now let's create a chord. Let's paint in. When I hold the left mouse button, I can drag this. Skip one line note. Paint here. Skip one line note and paint in here. Alt right mouse button lets you hear the sound you select here. Or you can hit the play button. Let's add in more chords. So let's choose another light note, for example here. And I just skipped every other light note. Let's hit the play button now. And then we can continue in this path. So let's choose these root notes, for example, and paint notes here on top by skipping each other light note. Then we can create major and minor chords. Let's listen to this chord progression right now. You can also use the stamp tool to paint in major and minor chords, And the stamp tool is right here. Click stamp, and here you can see major. You can click anywhere. You can see this is a major note. By the way, if I want to edit this, these are grouped. I can select this here, press Alt-G, and then go here back to my draw mode, or hit P on the keyboard. And now they are ungrouped, so I can select them. You can also use the stamp tool once again for minor chords. Click here, and you can move them up and down. And you can see that this is the minor chord. Right mouse button deletes the thing again. If you want more, you can deselect only one and clicking in as many major chords, for example, as you like. But I like to keep only one. By the way, you can also add other ones, for example, major 7th. What you can do now, here, one extra note, we call this 7th notes. Ctrl Z to undo whatever you like. An effect here, we can invert the notes one octave up. To select a note, we can hold Ctrl to select the thing, but if I want it more precisely, by the way, I can right mouse click here away. I can use Ctrl Shift key, select these middle notes, or deselect if I click once again for the middle notes, and I can hit Ctrl and arrow up on my keyboard to bring those one octave up. This here, for example, was an E4, now it is an E5. This here was in G4, now it is G5. Get the point? One octave up. And this is a little bit different. So maybe you like this effect with one octave up for the middle notes. We can also create a bass layer. We can select with Ctrl or this button, the bottom notes. I let go of the mouse, of the keyboard, because those are now selected. When I move those around, nothing happens. But watch when I hold Shift and then select, I have a duplicate. And let's say I move them back over here. Ctrl arrow down, moves them down an octave. And now I have one octave in the bass layer. And let's hear it now. So this is a chord progression that's coming together nicely. And then we can pimp it with some tools right here. Let's click here on these tools. And then let's go here to the strum tool. You can see here on the right side, those are the short keys with your keyboard. So you can go Strum or Alt S and you get this view. What you can then do is enable the start or the end point. Let's enable the start. And I'm going to click Preserve End. And let's exaggerate this. And you can see what happens on the notes. They strum a bit to the right, so they don't play at the exact same time, which is what the human player also would have. And you can also increase the tension. And let's listen to this now. Hit the spacebar. Now this is maybe a little bit too much, so ever so slightly like this, a little bit of tension. You can also tweak the velocity. You can see it down here, the velocity. This is too much. This is, well, like the loudness of your sound. So a bit like this may do wonders. And then the tension also. Just a slight. And I chose to preserve the end. You can also leave this, so it plays through. Or you can choose ending here and then enable how much of the ending you want. I'm going to keep this off for now. So a little bit of strum will do right here. There are other tools. For example, you can chop this. Click here on chop. And then you can see how many chops your song will be in. So let's do just a few. Now it is chopped. You can change the style emulation. You can play with these values as well. Here is the velocity. You can hit Ctrl. And you can also use the pitch, for example. Now, this is a bad idea what I'm going to do now, but just to show you. Ctrl Z to undo that. I like to work, well, with different workflow, for example, automation clips and stuff like that. But no, it is possible. And I like to see the velocity right here, or the volume like this. And then it can work like that. Okay, this is how we did it. Ctrl Z to undo anything that you don't like. I have separate tutorials of these tools on my YouTube channel, so I go more in depth of that, but I'm going to show you two more. So for example here, randomize. You can randomize the pattern or the levels. Right now I have my chords, but I can also use the patterns. I can change the octave it is in. So on the 4th octave in the range of, well, maybe 3. 2. I can choose the population, how many notes, the length of the notes, variation. I can also try different seeds, so different options. This can generate ideas. Maybe you don't want the patterns, but just the levels. So you can change the velocity again here, or just reset it, or just click away to click away. And I can also use the riff machine. Generate ideas. Go to fit. The key here is C major that we chose. Well, we can choose different ones here. Well, you get the idea. Once again, Ctrl Z to undo that. Now let's create a little melody on top of here. Let's select the root notes here from starting with C4. Ctrl Shift to select right here. Shift click duplicates notes. Ctrl arrow up. Ctrl arrow up once again. And now we can make the notes, these notes shorter. By the way, you can also do this. Ctrl A, select everything. I can make the entire thing here with this shorter or longer. Or double Ctrl Z to undo that. So right now we are in key if I just paste here on the light notes. Or you can just enable snap to scale so you don't accidentally click here. For drum beats or hi-hats, I can use here to paint this in, and you quickly get this. But this draw tool, this pen tool right here, well, it is the quickest. If I click on this note and then click again, I have the same length. So I can click here and have the same length of those. And I click like this. Now it snaps to the scale. Holding Alt key and then dragging it around moves it off scale, so I can work more precisely. Now let's create little stairs to here. So I click on this note here. And let's hit play. We can also spice things up. Create notes like here. And let's do a similar thing right here. What we can then do is Control click here and right mouse button to select this part, and now this will loop here. And I can work in here. Right mouse button to deselect. And then Control click once again to remove this, or with right mouse button you can make the selection larger or smaller and can still move around. Okay, let's continue our pathway right here. And then, well, you can get creative. Well, it's best now I'm making a lot of variety right here, but it's best to keep a similar pattern. So for example, I start here with a double one. Maybe I can do this at the ending too. Well, just play. That's the fun thing about music. Nothing is exactly right or wrong. Play along and, well, do what sounds best. We are in key anyway. So let's listen to what I created so far. What you can then do, we have this FL key selected. You can also click here, right click, replace, and then choose a different instrument. So for example, you can use flex, a lot of sounds in there, but you can also use a synthesizer, for example, Citrus. There are different presets right here, so you can click on the word preset and then choose another one. and then play around with this if you really like. This isn't very great because usually we separate the melody and the chords in different instruments. So let me show you right here. If I do deselect this one, this is open for some reason. Okay, now it's back closed. So these are the basics of my piano roll right here. A lot of more options you can also see here in this hint panel what it does. But just play around with chord progressions and melodies on top. Layer it in different instruments and have a lot of fun with this. More helpful tutorials about piano rolls or any other things in FL Studio on my YouTube channel. See you there.